Yeah, so take me through it, Peter. What are we looking at?
Yeah, just have a, no, it's a bit of everything sort of thing. Kicks off here a little bit of surveyor stuff, you know, first settlement sort of thing. Surveyor's chain and cut shoots down and barbed wire. Moves back into a lot of old wire strainers, things like that, then into blacksmith stuff. And you just keep on going around to early horse stuff. This is a pair of calipers they do for bullock shoes, rope maker. Then you just move off straight into early shifters, back into some soldering gear, old spanners, the old S-type spanners. These are all harvesting gear and buggy stuff. And then just keeps on coming through, just getting more modern stuff.
Flamethrowers?
Yeah, that sort of thing. And old
that's for doing the scrub?
Old scales, grease guns, and then you hop up.
Or is this for burning off crops?
No, mallee shoots.
Mallee shoots, I was going to say, yeah. Now over here we've got some what?
Up top is a surveyor's peg, which surveyor's peg, and I reckon the wooden one right in the middle of the surveyor's.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Yep.
Let's get that one like this.
When I cleared one of my first blocks, that was the only one I could find, and I would say that's a 1913, 15 survey peg. And I put it in the shed somewhere about the 70s, and that's how she's back in the trailer.
So you actually used that peg?
No, the surveyors would have put that in.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, and I found it when I cut my lines through the scrub, and that so she stayed with me. She's a different model to what they get nowadays, sort of thing. That brace there, a bitten brace, is head in the middle there.
Yep.
I reckon that's the light horseman one. Then you've got some shoot cutters and bag hooks. And down here, you've got a couple of little, that's why they're in there. They're very similar to an adge, but they would square timber up to make around door frames in pug and mortar houses. Yep. We probably missed those three little disc things there.
Oh, yeah.
Our people come from over the other side, Georgetown and around that area, and they're what they used to have on their milking cows in the commons.
Really, is that right?
Yeah.
Over in England?
No, in Georgetown, South Australia.
Oh, where's that, sorry?
Yep, that's in the mid-north.
Mid-north, Georgetown,
yep.
Right.
Yep. Then we move off into some of your barbed wires.
Yep.
Well, it's one of the first ones that went around a lot of little holding paddocks and everything like that when they first knocked their scrub down, and different models.
Yeah, because that changed a lot over the years, didn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
And then you move up into wire strainers in the
and close up there.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of them would used a fork stick or a roller or a piece of pipe.
Yep.
And you'd roll the wire back through a hole, and then you'd belt one of those pegs in to hold the wire, and then you could undo your strainer and take it around the post with your wire.
And you've done that a few times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You move off into a couple of saws, one fine, one coarse, and then into some crowbars. One of those crowbars belonged to a farmer at Kyancutta, and his wife laid the foundation stone of the Kyancutta Hall, and his name's cut into that crowbar with a chisel.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Which was?
Yep. N.A. Davey was his name. Then you've got wire strainers still going through.
Yep.
And then get around the corner, just some old horseshoes in a line, and a couple of S hooks and C hooks that hooked a lot of chains to wagons and things like that. Calipers for bullock shoes there. Coming back here, I don't know whether your camera pick up, but that's blacksmith stuff.
Oh, here we are. Yep, certainly is too.
Yep, all blacksmith stuff, and that runs back to hammers.
Yep.
And then goes up into pinches as it goes up the back wall, and pliers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Up the top you'll find a series of oil cans right on the back wall at the top. Yep. The first one's a rope maker, which was, they used to say they'd go into the neighbours on a Sunday and make rope for the horse teams and bridles and things like that. But yep, a lot of buggy stuff and different spanners there made for special jobs. Harvester stuff, HVK, shearer, Horwood, all that sort of thing. All had special spanners. Some of these S spanners were made off ploughs. They were one of my favourites. I like the shape of them. They were done for just special jobs to tighten discs and things like that.
And they would have been, each of them, of course, custom made according to the machine
what
that they were needed
had to
for
fit anything or
to get in there. And they would have been possibly customised a bit further by the individual farmer, possibly.
Yeah, no,
not really.
They'd be all hung on the front of the plough, and when they had to do something, I dare say machinery would get a fair hiding in new ground, and they'd have to pull tines off and things like that off single furrow ploughs, or with stuff heavy as single furrow ploughs in the tine. And
what was your least favourite job farming? What was your least favourite job?
I sort of just, when you work by yourself or you might have someone with you, you just duck your block and get to it. But I suppose the slowness of picking stumps was the thing, yeah. You might only get 30 acres a day sort of thing, but yeah, and then you plough it again and you're probably back in the same bloody position again. Another lot of them, yeah.
So you learn patience.
Yeah.
Which is why the saying in your neck of the woods, Peter, is it is what it is.
The last few years, or the last 40 years have been, 50 years have been a lot better, since we've had rowers and things like that. Yeah. This is something that's unique. That's a Blacksmith soldering iron. These ones here are what you find quite common around, just the rod coming into the copper. But these ones here, the rod is split, and the copper comes up in between them. Yeah, real Blacksmith stuff.
Where'd you get them from?
I would have picked them up at sort of clearance sales or garage sales or something like that, or even back with Dad and Kay's dad, some of the gears from them too. Yeah. This spanner here is a real interesting one. I don't know whether you can focus him, but to adjust this spanner, you knock that wedge out. There's a little wedge in there.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And then you shift him to suit the nut and bash your wedge in again.
It worked.
It works, yeah. And this is an unreal one. This is the acre clock off a combine.
Oh,
and it measures distance here and acres up here.
Brilliant.
Yeah. This one's in rods. Got rods written under there, and up here will be acres. So it's got to suit a certain width to actually match everything up. Yeah. You've
got an old push bike generator there too.
Yep.
Don't see them around too much anymore. I used one, of course.
Little.
That's an old one.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you ever use the old carbide lamp?
No. I sort of looked into it a little bit, but yeah, no, I haven't. I tried to get one, and my brother said when he went shearing in Queensland, he said their only lights were carbide, and he said you had to be a bit careful with them. You just couldn't play with them.
That's right.
Yeah. But,
well, it's in one. I think it's in the Height of the Valley, one of those Colin Tearley books, maybe Son on the Stubble.
Yep.
And he goes for a ride with his carbide lamp, and of course gets a fire.
Yep.
Because of a spillage. And,
Yep. Yeah. But there's probably a lot of little hidden things in here that you're probably missing out. Just a line of grease guns for probably harvesters and right around to shearing plants and different things. But, got a few sets of old scales here, another one there and another one there, and then and the big stilliards are down in here. That's the weight there, so he goes through there.
What was that, sorry?
Old stilliards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's a stilliard?
Yeah, well, it's one that'll probably go up to 300 pound, and you just shift your weight along to adjust it, but you can go onto a different hook system to do that amount of weight.
And these incredible saws for the hay.
Yeah. Used to be haystacks around with no string sort of thing, silage type thing. Yeah, and they just go and saw a bit off and put it in a a manger for the horses.
Were they made like that, or did the
Yeah,
farmer
no,
have to
that's
customise
them.
it?
They're original. Yep, they're good. And then you move off back into. I've got 2 collections of jacks. The big ones are in the shed, but all my little ones are back in here because I had trouble with weight
Oh, I see.
in the trailer. So this is a set of little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get back up into the carpentering stuff, and then wheelwrights and things like that.
What was that one?
Wheelwrights going up the wall, what they do for making buggies and wheels and things like that in the wooden spoke jobs. I've got a set of down here is the date nails out of sleepers, the railway sleepers.
Yeah.
So they start in 29 and then they go right through to 72, and they're a local collection.
Who collected those?
Yeah, well, it must have taken me 50 years of just throwing things in. What I've had out home is a car shed, and I put wheel mesh on the walls. Anything that we sort of stumbled across, we'd hang it up, and eventually now just to keep it together, I've just put it in a trailer and let some bugger else have a look at it. Yeah, this is a strainer for telecom. When they put the telephone wires up, they'd use them. These are the horse brands of mainly of the family.
So your family?
Yeah, basically our families. Yep, the O'Loughlin's and things like that. 2 or 3 things I don't know what are. This one's interesting here. I think the early wool packs or wool bales were sewn with string. You've seen them on wagons, and they're sort of quite dumpy sort of thing. Well, I reckon they used to pull the flaps over with this spanner over, hook it, and then sew
like
around the bale. It's only a couple of blokes have told me what they think that is, and I think that, I follow that thought too.
Yep. Because you see similar things, yeah.
Yeah. But this moves off into some harness, a bit of horse gear, and more back here. This one here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's goes back to the Boer War. This set of hames that goes over a collar, 1904 or 2 or something, and then I think that was stopped about 47 or something like that, 1947. Yeah, and a heap of buckles and things like that.
What year were you born, Peter?
Oh,
What year were you born?
I was born in 43. Yep, 43. Yep.
Yep. So you're only a young fella, really.
Yeah.
All
no, it's just.
missed all this horse stuff.
Yeah, just rounded it up and.
Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
But you've got to have a look in here first.
Oh, yep. We'll have a look at that. That's right. We've only just warming up, aren't we?
Oh, no way. No.
Yeah, I'll bring that one too. Yes, Peter.
Yep. This is one of those tin things they used to walk around and sew by hand. This had straps up over your shoulders. I haven't really got around to tidying it up. Yeah, they just grab a handful of grain and just go like that and sow their drift patches or sow their paddock straight behind some ground that had been worked up or had to be harrowed in. So, yeah, I'm a bit glad to have that because that's going back a few days, that one.
What sort of days would that be? What sort of age?
Age, I suppose it's got to get right back to the early 20s and that sort of thing, yeah. But most combines were sort of probably starting to get back good enough to handle country by that time. Broad acres, sort of cut 10 foot and 8 foot sort of thing, yeah.
Yep. What else we got in here?
Yep.
Yep. What have we got there?
Yeah, you got a heap of old drill presses. Used to hang on a post in a shed and they'd do their bloody drilling whatever they wanted, but all sort of mobile a bit. Yeah, take any sort of bits. I've got bits that sort of suit all those models. Yep. Yep. Up here you find, that's something you ought to have a look at, but kids won't probably see these things now. A couple of old wall telephones.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Now they would have been coming through in just in Mamlin there. I don't know what time they would have been, 14s, 15s,
Yeah.
16s or something like that.
Well, of course, back in the day, of course, you would ring,
Yeah.
talk to the
target line
operator,
system
tell them what
too.
number you're after.
Yeah, 2 shorts and a long and all that thing back
All
to
that sort of code?
few insulators and old lanterns and a few things around. Yep. Head over here and you've got some old droppers. The only way I could get a lot of this stuff in was to make a door system, and it all goes back in within a foot of the wall. A lot of old shearing stuff here, old hand pieces. Yep. Am I in the road there?
No, you're, well, yeah. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, just a bit of shearing gear here, a few old hand pieces, but get back into here and Lister and Wolseley.
Yep.
They go back many years, those blokes. Yep.
Actually, have you got narrow and wide?
Yeah, all this is narrow stuff, and I haven't really dropped into much wide hand pieces. They're sort of probably a bit muddy modern, and yeah, these are quite good. Like this hand piece here has got finger grips in the head. Yeah, just by the tension nut.
Yep.
And yeah,
Great.
different setup altogether, and they go. I think that's only a 2,400 model, and like, I mean, they could go up to 25,000.
Yep.
And that's a really early job. Yeah, it's this one here that's. Yep, and this one's like a little lizard. Yeah, quite good. You know, you just find them at clearance sales, or not so much clearance sales, buy and swaps and things like that. Just looking for those models. All this lot here, I've had to go at shearing with them.
You have?
Yeah, I would assure with a lot of them, or that model. Yeah. Yep. Yep. No, so that's about that.
Yep, terrific, great.
Yep. Then you get back to some old pitchforks, an old chaff fork, bit of horse stuff, and I don't know how things are going to go. This is the other part of the droppers, and I reckon we've made a problem for you. You won't get into that one, will you?
Well, that's all right, because I'm going to bring this one around there.
And also there is some square nails of different sizes, what they used in old government buildings and things like that. So, and some few old Kelly axes. They're the elite axe from way back. They got a sort of a pattern on them, on what they call a sail, I think.
Oh, really?
I think this one's a dog fence strainer. So then we move on. A few rabbit traps and things like that. Sorry, you just about need a hand one, don't you? Camera.
No, because then it would shake around, Peter.
Yep.
I wouldn't like that.
But yeah, that's moves off into more blacksmith stuff and old spanners and whatnot, and that sort of thing just follows on. Over here we move off into more horse gear, bullock stuff. More bullock stuff, big buckles and different horse stuff, hames. Then I've got all my heavy jacks are in this area here. This old shearing plant I've just done up, so I've got to get rid of him out of the joint. Up in the corner here's a set of stirrups. Yep, and things like that. Yep. Here I've got some spanners I've just doing up to put in the collection. I'll use a special paint on them to try.
Can you point to them again for us?
Kill the rust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I buff them off, and then I seal them with this so they won't rust again, and then you can hang them up. But yep. Yep. That one's a military. That one's a military saddle. That one's a buck jumper saddle, but it was used for stock, and it's got 3 or 4 different things that they used to cart their water with and tucker with and things like that, and set of shears and whatnot. There's a water tank off a camel, and then a couple of collars. These ones here are made up. That's a what the hell they call it? Ladies' riding saddle.
Oh yeah.
Where they'd sit over and put one leg through and
Side saddle.
yeah, and that's and that's the only stirrupless that's got to go on that one. Yep.
So you made that.
Yeah.
Good job.
On there. Yep. He's a side saddle and he's a stirrup. Up here is a pack saddle. I had to make that. Bloke give me the backbone, so I just made an imitation one. That's all I done there. Yep. This old engine, I'm still fiddling with her. I'm having trouble with her yet. I've had her running, but
Where's it from?
it's Ruston Hornsbury.
Oh yeah.
About 6 or 8 horsepower or something like that, and I've had her going, but I'm having a little bit of trouble in here in the fuel pump. It was that rusted up. I had to set some holes in it to get everything freed up.
Yep.
But she has been a goer. I had an old engine like this one. I found on a sandhill, and I got it pulled to bits just as a working model. I took it to a couple of places to see if I could get one made, get it going again, and he said, no, you're going to run out more dough than buying another one. Anyway, Kay found this one in Queensland. So consequently I rang up and I got that one, but yes, only had to turn her over a couple of times by hand and she went.
Beautiful.
This is a 1916 model. Yeah, that's when they were put out. So yeah, she's really good. I didn't have a big engine, so I bought a 6 horsepower and things like that, but this one here, if I get this going, it'll outdo that one, that's for sure. But they're only, just something to mess around with. I don't get much time at it. That's the trouble. I'm still working at home.
So you really only scratched the surface?
Yeah, out the farm. Yeah.
Right.
Bit of everything.
Pretty much. We done?
No worries. Yep.
Thanks very much, Pete.
That's all right, mate.
Done really well.
You're welcome.
Yep. Love your stuff.
Yep.
Love your style, man.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Very good.